Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mike.
It's Dan.
You're watching the Double Chen Show.
Yo, Mike, we've been using chopstick all our lives, right?
That's right, for different things like eating, like twirling our hair, like killing people. Eating.
Yeah, but actually, there's a lot of things that you shouldn't do with the chopstick, and I mean a lot. There's a lot of reasons why, but honestly, we don't even know them a lot of times.
Well, this is why this video is gonna help everyone out, because who knows, you might be trying to impress your Asian girlfriend's parents, or going to China, Japan, Korea. You need to know this stuff.
Exactly, guys.
Before you offend someone and get a chopstick thrown at your forehead.
Alright guys, so here are things you should never do with chopsticks. When you're going in to pick up food, don't examine the food and like throw it all around. Decide what you want first, then get.
Yeah, it's not like you should go through a dish that has meat and vegetables and only pick out the meat. This actually has a Chinese saying called 迷住刨坟. Basically, it's kind of like rummaging around a coffin or a grave. So you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, and also, who would want to eat the food after you've like touched all of it?
Yeah, well, you would. You like backwash and you love double dipping. That's nasty to most people.
Don't use the back of your chopsticks to pick up food.
No. This is considered a big no-no, mainly because, as the Chinese wise elders would say, why are you eating food with a chopstick's butt?
Yeah, and there's actually a saying for that.
It's called 颠倒乾坤. Basically, it's kind of like you're doing the exact opposite of what you should be doing. Another thing you should never do, because this is a big no-no, and this is considered fighting words, all right? You should, don't do what you're doing like that. Don't point at people with chopsticks. Oh, I mean, when you want people to point at you with fingers, that's not even, very nice. But this is even worse because this is considered cursing at someone.
Yeah, and the saying for that is?
The saying is actually quite nice. It's called 仙人指路, which means that the deity points the direction on the road. But this is actually just...
Yeah, how's that offensive?
I don't know, but it is. It is. This is like cursing at someone. Don't do it. Unless you secretly want to do it to someone who might not know what it is. You know what? I'm going to carry a pair of chopsticks with me at all times. Whoever offends me, I'm just going to be like... And then they're just going to think I'm hungry.
Or they're going to be like, oh, the deity is showing me the way. Don't drop chopsticks on the floor.
Yeah, because that is a big no-no. There's a Chinese saying called 落地精神. When you drop your chopsticks on the floor, it's saying that you're disturbing your ancestors. Now, there's a couple reasons why you shouldn't do this. One, you don't want to disturb your ancestors. Two, if you want to pick your chopsticks back up, there's a whole ceremony to that. So there's a complex ceremony-ish way to do it. The simpler version is, as you're picking up your chopsticks, you gotta be saying things like, I am such a horrible person.
Kind of basically like put down yourself so like your ancestors will forgive you. That's my understanding. However, if you're from the south of China, I have heard this. When you drop the chopsticks on the ground, it's called 快乐, like 落到地上.
落地, yeah.
But it actually sounds like 快乐, which is actually good luck.
Happiness. So
depending on where you're in China, if you drop it, if you don't drop it, I mean, it sounds pretty
Just don't drop it. I mean, also your chopsticks be dirty.
You gotta ask for another one.
Gross.
They gotta bring you another pair.
Yeah. Another thing you shouldn't do, but some of you do, haha, I do this as well, you do too, is when you're eating with your chopsticks in a bowl, a lot of times you might make sounds, right?
Yeah, because you're shoveling the rice in your mouth.
Right, because you're like a pig, like me. You shouldn't do that, because knocking on the bowl or the plate or whatever creates the sound, and in China, that typically means that the beggar is coming. And I used to get yelled at my grandma for doing this. Like, she would be like, hey, what are you doing? Are you a beggar? I'm like, no. Like, then why are you drumming your bowl?
Yeah, and also it's pretty unpleasant if you think about it. You're eating and you're hearing all this clanking. Don't cross your chopsticks. In ancient China, this is what emperors would do when they sentenced somebody to death.
Yeah, would they make a cross on a declaration of death and get your head chopped off. But if you're a Western that believes in Dracula, you should do this.
But only if Dracula is coming after you.
Also, it's really nice to sometimes want to grab something for someone else, but you should never try to pass an object or food item like this.
Thanks, bro.
This ain't football. There's no interceptions going on.
Long bomb.
Yeah, let the person put it into your bowl. Don't be like, this isn't like, Kung Fu level 30, like you gotta be like, psh, watch my Kung Fu. That's not how this is done. Let the person put the food into your bowl.
And the reason being is in Japanese culture, it's said that it resembles in the cemetery when people pass bones around. That's how they used to transport it, so yeah, don't do that.
Next, it's cool to mix and match sometimes, but never with chopsticks, especially when they're of the different length. There's a Chinese saying called 三长两短, which literally means 3 long and 2 short, which means something bad might be happening to someone. Also, ancient Chinese coffins are made out of wood that are both long and short, and this is why you should never mix long chopsticks with short chopsticks. They should always be the same length.
And guys, you should never do this.
This in Chinese saying is called 当众上香, because what does this look like?
Incense, tombstone, death?
Yes, exactly. This looks like the incense you used to worship your dead ancestors. And that should never be done during a meal of rice.
Basically, that saying means you're cursing someone.
Yep, you're cursing someone to die because all it is death. And death has no place on the dining table. Unless it's that fish that's laying there with his eyes all open and tastes good.
You've never done that before? Because I've definitely done that before, dude.
Well, I don't know if I intentionally done it before to curse someone to die. You know what? If you ever have a best friend and you're about to like end the friendships, go up to him and be like, and leave. Okay, let's remove this so we don't die.
Yeah. Okay, guys, now we have a bunch that are just plain rude, disrespectful, uncivilized, so don't do any of these.
Don't learn from us. No matter what's left on your chopsticks, what kind of delicious sauce, rice, whatever, don't lick up. Don't do that.
How rude. And that's gross. Your saliva's all over there, and then you're gonna pick up some food and put it on my plate.
You're gonna love that, aren't you? That's so gross, man. You're so nasty.
Hey, man, why don't you dip those chopsticks in the
so
sauce,
nasty.
man? Don't hold your chopsticks like this.
Or this.
Or anyway, just be civilized and hold them like
If someone's holding it like this, I literally think they're trying to assassinate me.
Seriously, man. Dude, I'm getting scared just seeing that.
Don't play games.
Don't do the walrus.
I want a fish. Don't use your chopsticks as a moving utensil.
Don't stab your food.
This is called 定海神针 in Chinese, and you shouldn't do it because that's the Monkey King's weapon. Don't ever twirl your chopsticks. In Chinese, this saying is called, that's just horrible, horrible.
What's it called?
智着寻城. Basically, something about like searching around the castle.
How do you do that, man?
Because I am Kung Fu level 80.
Did you practice that?
Chopsticks Kung Fu master.
When you rest your chopsticks, don't rest them on the bowl like this. Because in Japan, that means you're done with your meal.
Yeah, and they're gonna take your meal away.
Yeah.
And you're not done. You're never done.
No. And also, don't rest them like this when you're pointing towards someone, because that's also rude. It's like accusing people of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, cursing.
No.
That stuff.
That's why you see in Japanese restaurants, when you go to your table, the table is set with the chopsticks horizontal to you. Alright guys, so those are all the things to never ever do with chopsticks. And you know what? Don't do them in Asia, but don't even do them here. Because what if you're with someone and they take offense?
What if we did them all?
Are you really gonna do it? Are you gonna do them all? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I gotta lick this.
Oh god. It tastes so good. Oh bro. Yeah, man. Oh, hey man. Hey, you wanna use one that's a different size?
Intercepts?
Oh, intercepts!
Oh, you know what? We can't go out today.
I can't.
We
Why did we just cursed ourselves 17 times?
This is not good.
Why did we do that?
That was not a smart thing to do, guys. Don't ever do that.
How do we reverse this? There's got to be a way to reverse everything we just did.
Dear ancestors, I am a shameful person.
Alright guys, thanks again for watching. Let us know if we left anything out. Let us know if you did not know any of these and if you still do these. And let us know if you're gonna keep on doing these.
Oh, stop doing it! That's why we did this video. We want to warn you before bad things happen. That's
right.
all, because so many things are related to death and chopsticks. Bet you didn't know that.
I'll tell you right now, I'm switching to forks.
Yeah, that's true. That might be a simpler option. Guys, thanks so much for watching.
Later.